Coco Chanel is one of the most famous and influential figures in the history of fashion. Her name has become synonymous with elegance and style, as well as a symbol of independence and strength of character. However, behind this name lies not only a story of success, but also numerous myths, rumors, and at times, scandals that are still discussed by fashion critics and fans today. Early years and the start of her journey. Coco Chanel's real name was Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel. She was born on August 19, 1883, in the small French town of Saumur. Her mother, Jeanne, was a simple peasant woman, and her father, Albert Chanel, was a merchant. Her father abandoned the family when Gabrielle was just a child, and her mother soon passed away. This left Coco in an orphanage, where she spent her teenage years. It was here that she began her struggle for survival, and her views on life and fashion began to form. Her path to fashion fame began with work as a seamstress and hat maker. Chanel started working in a shop where she created simple yet elegant headwear. Her hats quickly became popular among Parisian women, and Coco soon opened her own store. Coco Chanel and the Fashion Revolution. Chanel quickly realized that the women's fashion of that time was overly complicated and uncomfortable. Women wore corsets, voluminous skirts, and enormous hats. Coco took it upon herself to simplify and liberate women's wardrobes. In 1910, she opened her first store in Paris, selling hats and accessories. By 1913, her shop, Chanel Modes, was attracting attention across France and later the entire world. Fashion houses of that time considered Coco's style radical and even provocative. She began using fabrics that had previously been considered unworthy of haute couture. Notably, she made extensive use of jersey, a fabric usually reserved for undergarments. It was from this material that Coco created her famous jersey dresses and suits. Chanel also introduced the little black dress, a stylish and versatile wardrobe staple, which today is essential for every woman. She didn't just create beautiful clothes, she offered women comfort and freedom. This became a true revolution in the fashion world. Legends and rumors. Chanel's fame brought her numerous admirers, but it also fueled many rumors. One of the most enduring myths about Coco Chanel is that she was allegedly the mistress of influential men, including Kaiser Wilhelm II. However, there is no concrete evidence to support these rumors. Interestingly, Chanel never sought to hide her relationships with men, but at the same time, she always remained an independent woman who could provide for herself everything needed for a successful life. Another rumor concerns her relationships with famous artists and designers, such as Pablo Picasso and Yves Saint Laurent. It is said that Picasso was in love with Coco, and she, in turn, inspired him to create new paintings. However, these rumors have never been documented. Countless dates and affairs with well-known personalities only fueled the interest in her personal life and strengthened the myth of Chanel as a woman who could manipulate men for her benefit. There is also a version suggesting that Chanel had close ties with Nazi Germany during World War II. She was allegedly close to high-ranking German officers, which later became a cause of her reputation crisis. Some historians claim that Chanel was a German intelligence agent, but there is no direct proof of this. Coco Chanel and scandals. One of the most sensational scandals in Chanel's life was her affair with the Duke of Windsor, who later became known as Edward VIII. The Duke abdicated the throne in 1936 for love of the American woman Wallis Simpson. After his abdication, Coco Chanel and the Duke continued their close relationship, which attracted public attention. Some even claim that this affair was one of the reasons for her fall from grace in the fashion industry after the war. During World War II, Chanel left Paris, but her behavior during those years was equally scandalous. Many critics accused her of collaborating with the occupying forces. Later, she returned to Paris, but her reputation had already been severely damaged, and she had to rebuild trust. Comeback and later years. After the war, Coco Chanel did not return to fashion immediately. She reopened her fashion house only in 1954, when she was already 71 years old. She had survived a career downturn, but quickly regained her position at the top, proving that age was not a barrier to great ideas. In 1955, she introduced the famous Chanel 2.55 bag, which became one of the most recognizable accessories in the world. Her collections once again featured strict yet elegant suits and dresses, which remain popular even today. Coco Chanel passed away on January 10, 1971, at the age of 87. Despite all the controversies and rumors surrounding her life, her name will forever remain in history as a symbol of freedom, elegance, and courage. Chanel didn't just change fashion, she created a new perspective on female independence and style, which continues to inspire designers and women around the world.